Kirk, how's okay? Let's do a little introduction. I'm out here with Chef Kirk. I'm Jeezy the Builder. Chef Kirk, how's it
What,
been? It's been a minute.
man? It's been Gucci, man. It's been Gucci. I'm gonna use that word. That's my word for the day. It's been Gucci, baby. Now I'm just playing.
Gucci.
Yeah, it's been really good. What about yourself, man? How's everything going?
I really can't complain. Mostly because things been pretty nice.
Okay.
Especially like this week, it's been enough distractions, but the distractions was like more on the positive side than the negative side for me. And
Mm-hmm.
then work keeps me busy, and then I'm moving into more of a I need to generate more income
Mm-hmm.
stuff, so I need to get my hustle up. So I'm
Side
slowly
hustle.
I'm slowly moving into this. So outside of just
Yeah.
doing this, which pays nothing, I'll let y'all know right now,
Yeah,
it pays
hey,
nothing.
we do it for the love of it. You know what I mean? It's for the love of the convo. It's for the
You
love
know,
of the convo.
at least for now.
For now. Hey, for now.
Yeah, for now. But
Until it's, till y'all make
until
us
the
go where we need to go.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna work on this and do some things, and we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna try to figure out a few things. But right now, we're gonna love what we do and do what we love, and just enjoy the ride.
I
But like I
noticed.
said,
I
that
noticed. Go ahead.
no, I was about to say like it's just been a pretty good week, man. That's all.
Mhm.
That's
You
it.
know, I wanted to say. I know this is not on our show topic for the night, but I wanted to say, ask you, like, since COVID, how has COVID affect your side hustle business? You find out you're getting more business, or are you getting less business?
Truth be told, it didn't really it affected me by it slowed me down, but it didn't
Mm-hmm.
affect business. Like if I wanted to really get business, I could have sat back and focused. But it slowed me down because my kids are home, my wife is home, the whole family home. I have a young one; he just turned one, so
Big man.
yeah. So dealing with him majority of the day because my wife is at work at home, but she
Mm-hmm.
can't really um, she's not that type of person to be dealing with work and home at the same time so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's only so much she can tolerate. So it's like, all right, I have to stop what I'm doing from time to time more often to turn around and deal with them, and then I have to kick her off when her day's over, so
Yeah.
that way she can deal with them, and then I'll spend my nights catching up on my regular job on top of whatever else is going on. So at this point in time, it's just like trying to find that balance. The kids go back to school. It's all virtual, so they're still going to be home, but
Mm-hmm.
the school time for them is a lot longer. I still have a
Okay.
1 year old, which I'm trying to figure out like what's how we're going to work that out.
Virtual
Um,
daycare.
it's not going to work too much.
Yeah.
It's not going to work too much. I'm
He's gonna be
actually
like looking at the camera like, yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, go to sleep, right? Nap time? Sure, nap time. All right, all right. Let me just close this real quick on you.
right. I'm actually considering. We had them at Miss pretty much goes by Miss BB. We
Mhm,
had her at her. She's pretty much a daycare. She watched a couple other kids. I know
mhm.
it's been slowed down for her, but it might have picked up a little bit. We actually might bring them there for a few
Mhm.
hours, but she's been okay. There hasn't been no incidents and nothing like that.
Okay,
So I'm like, okay, we bring them there. Maybe do 6 hours, pretty much a day. Do a day
okay.
there, here and there, and try it out, or just do like half days or something like that. So that
Yeah,
way I
that's
can
a.
get my 4 hours at least of like straight work in.
Mhm.
Truth be told, people in my industry, most of the time you're doing research with actual coding. Like I can be distracted and do research because I'm kind of know what I'm looking for and I know
Yeah.
how to work the Google search engines to find my answers. So, and which is a key thing in my industry. So the actual coding part, the part I actually have to sit down and write something up and put it
Mhm.
together, and that's the time I need like absolute focus on, and I need at least get like 4 hours of that a day,
Okay.
give or take, and I'll be good, and then the rest of it, I can be slightly distracted. I can sit in front of the TV, not really pay attention, but at least like have my laptop
The
and I can
white light noise or whatever. Yeah.
the way I like, okay, this is the answer for this that I need to do. I generally keep notes. I like, hey, this is this, and this is. I'll copy and paste a link where I found the answers to, and then when I'm ready to write everything up, I go back and write everything up. So, but yeah, but like going back to your question, yeah, it really hasn't really affected me that much. Well, actually, it did affect me that much. Just didn't the business actually didn't affect me. So now I'm getting ready to ramp that up. So I need to generate this income because it's losing. I've been losing too much this summer, and the summer was supposed to be a good time, and COVID kind of threw a wrench into that.
Yeah, it did. You know, I mean, it did put like a big slowdown. Like for example, like from my job, my company, right? So catering is pop off from in South Florida from November all the way till about, let's say, April, and then April it started getting slower and slower. But when COVID hit, you know what I mean, like February, when that time I had a couple of events lined up, and then everything just came to
Just drop.
You know what I mean? And it's rough because it's like, if I wasn't, I guess, multi-talented, that's what I'm gonna call having a couple different options of work, right? The social media marketing, then do other things. Then
Right.
I wouldn't be able to, let's say, bounce in a way that makes sense, because and then also I don't really think it's even that. I think that my mindset, like you too, but without having kids, I mean, it's still just the mindset, like just like the watching the news constantly, that put a fear into me. So then I start double overthinking, the possibility of going out there to go hustle the sauces, or going out there to go hustle other things that could bring more income in. You know what I mean? And
right.
That's the thing that messed me up this year with that. But it is what it is, and I find that. But I did find that I found more time to get to know myself a little bit better throughout this entire process.
That's always good to hear, right?
Yeah.
And then, like you said, like that fear, the fear is more of the unknown. Like, hey, no one knows the answer. All they know, people can get sick from this, people can die from this.
Yeah.
Don't know why they're dying. And once it's like, hey, it's only old people, and then young people go out, and then the young people are dying, and then oh, kids can't get hurt, and the kids are dying. Like,
kids are dying. You know what I mean?
so like, what's going on here, you guys? You guys know nothing.
Nothing about this thing, and it's like, and it's just it's kind of vexing, and I know that's not segueing into our topic, because our first topic is not that. But
actually, there's a segue to one of the topics, and let's go ahead and get started.
So you want to just get that one out the way, and then let's get that one out the way.
Then we can have fun. Let's start off with In the Muck, and this In the Muck is all about the pretty much college. College players. There's college football players, a lot of big name college football players who pretty much are able to go into the NFL. Some of them don't even have to play this year. They're able to get into the NFL and everything. It's not even just football players, other college professionals as well, basketball players. But generally, I'm just focusing on the football players, because that's what's like going on right now.
That's the big story right now.
So what's basically going on, if you just don't know, so college football, it's weird because college football players and college coaches want to play this season. Majority of them want to play mainly because they need tape. This is their 5th year. This is their last season. They've been sitting on the bench, and this is like do or die for a lot of them. And a lot of them do succeed. Like the first overall pick last season, Joe Burrow, if he didn't play last season, he would not be in the NFL. He would not be in the NFL. That's how crazy it is. He was in college all these years, had one great season, and that's all he needed. And there's tons of that going on in college. Like generally, most players that you hear, like they're going their freshman year, you think they're gonna ball out in college, they don't. And then these no-name guys, their last year, like, oh, this guy was on the team for 5 years. He was redshirted the first year, and then he's been eligible, and he's finally his senior year. He comes on the scene, wins a Heisman. Like, this happens. This is normal. So there's like tons of players right now who like want that last year to get that tape, because it'll help them get, like, if they get drafted in the last round, they're still looking at $2 million You know, $1 million. That's life changing for people who don't have nothing. If your family doesn't have nothing, or you're coming from a household average income, that average
Right.
household income is
It's
around like
like
30,000.
if that 15,000
It's
sometimes. You know what I mean?
15,000, right? Sometimes
Yeah.
like 15,000. Like they're like literally the football was like you getting
Saving
into the NFL
grace.
was everything for the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
You know, and you had this last season, and you get that last, like you're one of the last picks, and you get $1 million guaranteed signed contract. You change your family fortune, right?
Yeah. You change your
So
destiny. You change your livelihood, man. Like you
yeah,
change everything. You change so much lives.
yeah,
So
so much love.
I understand. I definitely understand that. But then, but my argument to the thing is, to this is yeah, I know that they need to play, but is it really worth your life? I guess so. In a way, I guess so. To answer the question, I guess so. To answer my own
Yeah.
question, I guess so. Because it's life or death for most of these kids, right? It's
Right.
life or death for most of these kids. Because, like you just stated, some of these kids, they're going back to what? A half. Let's be real. Some of these kids, the college education really they didn't go to the school for a college education. They go for the
Right.
school because the school chose them for the potential of what they're able to do in sport academia wise, or not academia wise, but physical wise. So when you look at
Right.
that, these kids, sometimes they have people who take the test for them or whatever the case may be, or they get passed through. Let's keep it 100. Let's not bullshit, right?
Right.
So with them having a fake degree per se, leaving school at this present junction, what the hell are they going to do? You know what I mean? Without any options that's presented themselves, and not having this last game, I guess in a way, COVID or no COVID, they still go back to the situation that a lot of Black people face every day. You know what I mean? Young Black men face every day. No jobs, um, you know, dead options, and a life of whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, that's the thing, right? Because like the biggest, one of the biggest arguments, right? These student athletes, and I'll go back to the student athlete thing.
Mm-hmm.
These student athletes, um, it's safer for them to be on campus and play than to send them home, because generally you're and which is kind of weird to me. Is like, hey, if they can't stay on campus, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just gonna send them home, I mean, you really didn't care for them in the first place,
Precisely.
because right now they're on campus, you got them in dorms. But if you're saying like, hey, you can't stay on campus, we're not gonna have a season, we're gonna send you home, knowing that you're gonna send them in the worse situation,
Mm-hmm.
they're a lot better just staying on campus, which they get all the if they get sick, they get all the nutritionists, the doctors, and the medical and
Mm-hmm.
everything they need. But if you send them home and they get sick, it's like you're not gonna do nothing for them.
You know, it's funny that I'm going to quote Plies, but Plies, I follow Plies on Instagram. And if you don't follow Plies, you need to follow Plies on Instagram. It's actually pretty funny, but he's also an intelligent brother, but in his own way, because he's an entertainer. So he brings out that side of him. So he was talking about, this entire situation. He said, okay, and he made a valid point. He said, okay, these coaches and all these coaches that's coming on TV, and they're crying, oh my God, the players, they're safer with us. They need to be here, blah blah blah, and they need to play. And he said, and it really struck me. It really popped in my mind like a lot, because he was like, where the hell were you when Black Lives Matter was happening, right? When
Right.
these same players who all of a sudden now do because you want them to play, their life matter. But what happened when they're, a couple of weeks ago, when they were walking and protesting and saying that their life matter, and you weren't saying anything? You know what I mean? And it goes to the testimony of same thing with COVID, right? Because not only do a Black male got to worry about police and violence, or not be able to get a job. Let's talk about the little simple things, right? A job
Right.
to feed their family. Not only that, but now you're telling me we have a disease that you're ready to push me out of college, out of the dorm room, because I can't play now for you, instead of saying, okay, well, you can stay here for the remainder of the year, or whatever the case may be, catch up on your studies, you know what I mean? Do whatever. because we know that going back home to this situation, you have all these different scenarios, you know what I mean, that is plaguing your neighborhood right now. You know what I mean? Poverty, COVID, you know, police brutality, gang-related incidents, all these known factors within your neighborhood. Just stay here with us for the remainder of the year. You know what I'm saying? Get your education on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Learn. You know what I mean? Even though we know that you didn't come here for this, we're gonna train you and give you some skills that when you do leave, if you don't get traded next year to a team or get picked up by a team or whatever the case may be, at least you have a fighting chance to get to do something different with your life. You understand? And I know it's far-fetched of me saying this because I know the bottom line is school athleticism is about money. College is about money. They make trillions of dollars, man. They make billions and trillions of dollars a year off of these student athletes. And the kids get nothing more than for 4 months, they get treated like king, like royalty. And then after that, they get kicked aside like they're nothing. You understand? They got to fend for themselves, try to figure out how they're going to eat, ration out their money in that due time, but still have to find themselves to practice and find themselves to class, right?
Right.
That's the life of a student athlete. You know what I mean? Yeah, and like I'm saying, like, you know, if they so sincerely care about these kids, regardless if the season is going to go because of COVID or not go, stand up and say, you know what, let them stay here because they have a better chance here than they are at home. Right. And that's the honest truth. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
It's true because you hit the big points, right? Because Jupiter College, these schools are making buku money, man. They're killing it. They're making this money. Like there's college coaches making $5 to $7 to $4 million a year.
A year.
You know, even more. You know,
a year.
So,
and these kids are putting their body. My little brother played football, and
it's not just to put in their body. They're getting the money is coming because of their play.
Of their play, you understand?
Right.
Of them being out there on the field, putting them on.
And they get like, they get scholarship, they get an education. None of these players are getting educated. Most of them are there to make it to the league.
Exactly.
They're there for 2-3 years at most, and they out of here. And the ones who last that long. It's a start, but the only reason they're there like 4th, 5th year, whatever, is because they had to wait behind someone else.
Exactly. They say, okay, this guy's going to get drafted. I got to stay 1 more year so I can try to get drafted the following year. Let's be real.
Right.
Let's be real.
That's what it is. It's like, hey, if you're the second wide receiver and you have to wait behind another receiver and this is his last year, that's what you got to do. You're waiting. You know what I mean? You can beat them out, and then, hey, next year you beat a man. That's what it is, man.
You know what I mean? And it's messed up, but you know that's the society we live in, right? The society that we live in, it's an unfair one. No one said it's fair, but it's an unfair one, especially when it comes down to people of color. Very unfair. Every chance that anyone get, they step on us to get to the top, and it's perfectly fine. All right, we're accustomed to it. We're whatever. I'm not saying that we're used to it, but we're accustomed to the bullshit, right? And college sports, to me. College sports, you know, I would love watching college sports. Then I love watching NFL. The reason being because these players are more hungry. They got more heart. And there's nothing like, you know, watching these kids that are about to develop from like high school into this monstrous beast. And I'm not taking any away from any coach, because a good coach can take a non-good player or a good player and turn them into something. I remember when I played football, I wasn't great. I didn't understand. I played soccer. I'm a Jamaican. So I played soccer. So when they put me on the field, I didn't know how to run, but my coach explained to me, like, dude, you're fast. So I'm gonna make you a tight end, right? You're gonna run slant, whatever. You know what I mean? Option this. And I was like, what the hell is an option? What is he talking about? He's talking French right now. And he's like, oh no, you're just gonna run up to the 5 yard and cut up to the middle. Okay, cool. Got it. Run it, hit the ball. Oh my God, this is it. That's all I had to do. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? Get the ball, run it, whatever the case may be in the state. But the first time I got hit, I was like, I could do anything else but this. This is not for me. I'm good. You understand? So I understand, watch the development of these players from elementary to high school all the way up to college. And when you get into college, because you're so hungry, because at this point, it's either make it or die. And it sounds like drastic, but it is true. It's make it or die. What are you going to be after this? A car salesman? Because pretty much that's it. You understand? A car salesman, or you may be lucky enough to say, you know what? My cousin's gonna hook me up with a job afterwards, or whatever the case may be. I'm not talking about the ones who get education. So by no means I'm talking about the people who actually went to school, got an education, you understand, while they're playing. I'm not talking about those guys. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the other, let's say 60% of athletes who unfortunately, through middle school, through high school, everyone just saw them as an athlete and was like, listen, you don't got to worry about doing any of your homework. You got to worry about doing any of these stuff. We got people to do that for you. All you need to do is just keep playing and be good. That's it. Your focus is going to be this, and this, because this is what you're going to use to get out of the hood. This is what you're going to use to get out your mom out the hood. This is what you're going to use to get your family out the hood. You understand? So all they had to do was focus on that. But the academia standpoint of it, they never had. So if COVID is going to stop the season, maybe you take those players and you sit them down in the library and you teach them the basic how to really read good, how to break down, how to research, how to understand basic, mathematics or whatever the case may be. And by no means am I talking about any athletes who is smart. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about athletes who need help. And a lot of us know them, man. And they need to stop acting like they don't know them. There's a lot of players out there that need those kind of help. You understand? Because all they've been told all their life is that they are a machine. That this is what you need to do to get out of the hood. You're a machine. You're a beast. You understand? They don't see you nothing more than that. And if something does happen to you, that's man, let's look at LeBron next. You know what I mean? He good. They look over you as soon as you get injured. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a dirty situation, and I don't know, man. It's kind of hard because as a player, you want to play. And and the college just and it makes it bad. It doesn't even start yet. College just let players be able to do advertisement and get sponsorships and stuff like that. They just but it's not. It doesn't start until next season.
Exactly.
And people, and the crazy part to me is when some of the big players decided it happened over the last weekend. And they've been talking about all this week is when the college players decided hey, we want a union, we want to sit at the table. That's when the college presidents and stuff like that, they're like, yeah, let's not let that happen. Let's go ahead and kill this season. So two of the big five divisions are we're done until spring maybe.
Yeah.
And then there's three left, the ACC and the SEC, which pretty much Alabama, Florida State, those type of schools, Miami, and them, they're going to play because they're basically the South. The South, if you guys don't understand the South, South doesn't care. Most of the stuff with the mask and stuff like that, you hear, it's down here. They don't care. They don't care. Yeah, the COVID, the second wave or the third, wave one.
Listen, they don't give no shits.
No shits. But the weird thing is that they're noticing that there's something happening. Is that if you're an athlete and you catch the COVID, what the COVID is doing is putting something around their heart, like some kind of heart condition. It's causing a heart condition. So if you're an athlete and you're exerting your body a lot, this heart condition can possibly kill you.
Yeah.
And you might, catch the COVID, you might do good and you get through it and you do a double test negative, pretty much you get tested twice, get negative twice. And then you go back to playing again, which most players are slowly going through it. And the NBA is not telling you this, that some of the players are slowly getting back. Even the NFL, the people, these are athletes. So these people that catch the COVID and the ones who show symptoms, they're slowly coming back. Yeah. And it's not like they catch it 2 weeks later, they're back and they're ready to go. It's like they catch it 2 weeks later, some of them are slowly like, oh, I'm still feeling dizzy. I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm out of shape or anything, but it's weird. So it's kind of like it's off-putting. But this is stuff like we don't hear too much.
Like COVID is a respiratory kind of disease, right? So that's what they've been saying. Okay, so I'm not a doctor and I don't claim to be, but what pumps a lot of everything through our system? Our heart, right? Everything run through our heart. You know what I mean? So to me, if COVID is getting into our respiratory system, it's going to get into the heart, especially because these players are lifting and they're benching and they're running and doing all this stuff. So they're exerting more power from the heart. So that muscle, because it is a muscle, that muscle will get affected some way, somehow by this disease, because this disease attacks any and everything in our system. It's immune I can say immune deficiency disease. You understand? And the purpose of this thing is to destroy your immune. So of course, these players who are pushing their self to the max will have some kind of heart disease off of COVID. Just again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, just by my logic, when I heard about the story, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I mean, I'm in the gym, I'm working out. Yeah, of course it's gonna affect me. I'm freaking pushing so much shit through my heart. Like, you know what I mean? She racing 1,000 miles an hour.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy altogether.
So not to beat the dead horse on it, but on my output for this topic is, I don't think that the players should be sent home regardless if they have a season or not. I know down here in South Florida they're going to have a season, doesn't matter, whatever.
Right.
So this Florida, they don't care.
Even the small schools are having a season.
Yeah,
I think one of them just actually sent an email saying that they're gonna wait another month. Like, they're supposed to do a kickoff like this week. Yeah. So I think they're gonna wait another month. I think they push it back another month because everything what happened, and it's just like the university's planning on having people like you're planning on. The crazy part is you're gonna have regular students come on campus. You won't have a gang of them, but you won't have enough of them come to campus.
Yeah.
So now these students gonna have to deal with all these athletes.
Yeah.
And then when these athletes come in contact with them, which they going to come in contact with them.
They're going to.
Just get one of them who catches COVID and pass it.
The whole team. That's the whole team.
And then yeah, because all this is going to take is like, hey, I'm feeling good. You go to the locker room, yeah. Truth be told, the UM coach, I heard him on the radio today on the Hotman and Crowder show. The UM coach actually explained like how they're doing in UM. The president of University of Miami is a former health. He was like a big time health person in Mexico.
Okay.
I was in New Mexico. So he's now university head of. He's university president of Miami. He's okay with football coming, mainly because they have a big routine. Like, they keep track of who the player is touching, even in practice.
Oh, okay.
So, and he was explaining to us like, if anyone, when you do play football, truth be told, it's not like you're touching everyone. Like, I used to play the offensive line, and I can go throughout the practice without touching 75% of the team. I'm touching the person. The two people directly near me, the person next to me, and probably the center, which is another, because I'm generally was a tackle or guard. So generally the center, if I'm next to him, I might get close enough to the QB, but truth be told, it all depends on how they're doing the huddle. College, they generally don't even do huddles anymore. So it's like you're looking over to the sideline, you get the play call, you go and you play. So truth be told, your contact with people are very limited, But yes, you're contacting.
I'm about to say
you're
contact
you're spitting, you're bleeding on
exactly. So your contact with not your team directly, but with the other team it's more,
but
eminent, you know what I mean?
But the other team, it's not like, it's truth be told, it's not like like if you play in the game, you're going against the same person over and over again.
Yeah.
Right. You're going against the same people. Like when I was an offensive tackle, I pretty much only have to worry about is the linebacker, the outside linebacker, if there's like the will, if there's one, and the defensive end that's there, or defensive tackle that's there, in those guards. So I'm talking about 3 people that I'm dealing with the whole game.
But okay, but you're not talking about running play when the running back is coming up the middle. You're not talking about.
I'm a tackle. So
yeah, you're
when I'm playing guard, yes, but the guard responsibility is to deal with the linebacker. So I'm still dealing with the same people.
So I'm just saying,
only at times when I have to pull as a guard. When you have to deal with the corner.
Exactly.
If the receiver's not blocking the corner.
Exactly. So there's plays, right? There's plays some plays are going to have you interacting with other players.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? Because I'm saying when we're doing
at a time,
when we're doing
out of 11 players on the field on the opposite side of you, right? As a lineman, linemen do touch people. As a lineman, you're dealing in a whole game. You might touch 5 people.
Exactly. That's
which is 5 out of 11. That's pretty good.
That ain't pretty good, Gene. The 5 out of 11, that's almost half.
That's almost half.
Yeah, that's almost half. It's not half, but it's almost half. We just need a midget. A small person, and that make it 5.5. You know what I mean?
Right. But truth be told, majority of the time, like in football, if you really follow football, they call the same plays over and over. The play's working. It's the play's working. So to be told, if they know if it's going up the middle and it's working, why the hell
they're gonna keep on running over?
They're gonna keep it do it until they can stop it. And then you throwing a pass here, you're throwing stuff here. But you be told, I'm running up the middle, and they're not gonna try to do any pulls or anything. Like, no, this is working.
And
like
the only player I could say that really don't touch anyone that much is a tight end. And that's the reason why I was a tight end. Because I get to touch nobody. Don't
unless
touch me.
Block.
Try to catch me. I'm not blocking nobody.
Oh, you're one of those tight ends.
Like, yeah. Interception? Hey, well, yeah, guess I get that next time.
and that's like one of the things, like, truth be told, in the NFL, you do see like people running after someone to chase them down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are and there's not too many players like that, trying to hop down someone down. People told the QB throws the interception. I'm standing there watching.
Yeah, well, it's gone. I
might do a little jog towards him, but that person's gonna either outrun me and everything. I'm not gonna be able to get a good angle on them and stuff like that.
You're not catching. He's not getting.
The reason why I'm not in the NFL now. So
exactly, he's not gonna get a high reel after me. No. I'm gonna be like, okay, well. Oh, hey, better luck next time.
and to be told, I'm looking to get a crackback on someone. Yeah. It's like, oh, this motherfucker got a sack off of me. Exactly. Make sure he remembers that shit. He calm his ass down. So, interception, like, oh, I'm looking for this dude.
I think that's what happened to me that changed my life. Right? That's what high school. That dude hit my ass into next week. I was like, nah, I'm good. I mean, that's because I still held on to the ball. I mean, I wish there was you could watch that. It was a beautiful, beautiful catch. And I just remember myself turning like 17 times how hard that dude hit me, man. I would just turn. I was like, you know what? I could be anything in this world. Anything. This is not one of it. This is not one of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. So what's your final thought on this topic here, Brother Gene?
Hey, truth be told, it's hard. It's not a right answer. It's not a good answer. It's not a bad answer, or it's not a good answer for this. It's just like either you cancel it and you try to do a spring ball, which you gotta get the NFL to like, hey, push the draft and everything else back, so these players can actually, have a decent, like maybe like an 8-game season at most, and they start in January 1st. And like 8 games straight back to back, no real breaks, and going straight into the national championships. Like then the top teams are pretty much playing the hard teams as well. So you got to do some rescheduling involved with it.
That's just
it's truth be told, it might just be better. So the problem with canceling the season is now it's like you got to give these players another year, like to come back to get that film. But then you got high school players who are coming in. There's high school players who already graduated. So they already graduated. They're just going like, hey, I'm gonna play high school this year. Oh, they're not gonna really do high school, so I'm just waiting to go on campus.
Yeah.
It's players right now in high school ready to go,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because now is there going to be are they going to add more scholarships? I think they could because truth be told, you're making a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
Like, and there's another thing we didn't speak about is that yeah, we're like in Miami, does have a big fan base and following and stuff like that, but it's nothing like Florida State because when Florida State when it's football, I'm there. I went to Florida State.
It's a
When it's
religion.
football, it is football.
It's a
You know,
religion.
it is football. It is
It's
football
a
season.
religion.
Like you can make crazy money out
It's
there.
a religion.
I
Bro.
mean, UF is the same way.
Yeah.
You're talking about Alabama, who economy of Alabama near that
Oh yeah,
university
Alabama is ridiculous,
like,
man. Like that in Ohio State. Don't forget
Ohio State.
Ohio State. Oh my, the
Ohio
Buckeye.
State.
Oh
Come on,
man.
you're talking about stadiums that hold at least 100. Like UF holds 95,000
Yeah.
people. Alabama 101,000 people.
Yeah.
Ohio
And
State
it's
like
packed.
106.
And it's packed. It's
every
packed.
game.
Every game. You can't find
all the
seat.
restaurants, bars around
bars
the
are packed. You know what I mean?
They are making buku money. Everyone's living it up.
So,
you know, win or lose, it is packed.
It's packed. So I mean, like I said, man, that's
an economy
billion
no
to a $1 trillion industry making off of these young athletes that don't get a dollar.
Nothing.
And then these stinking owners are these stinking what do you call themselves? What because they're not owners, right? They call themselves
the presidents.
The presidents. The presidents.
Or counselors.
Or counselors, or whatever you want to call them.
What school.
Yeah. When the players just asking for just a little something so they could freaking pay some.
Well, they're afraid, right? The fear fact. There's a couple of fear factors about paying them. It's like now, are we gonna just do across the board even pay for all the athletes? Yeah. Like, do all athletes get the same pay?
Yeah.
Like, no, but it doesn't work like that because if you're the starter quarterback, if you're starting,
it doesn't matter because you're college.
Quarterback.
It's a college. You're in
Alabama, right?
You're in college.
You think that, right?
You're in college. That's what it's supposed to be.
Okay. Let's do this. If you are a QB in high school and you're getting recruited by Alabama, right? Mm-hmm. University of Miami, mm-hmm. And Ohio State. So we just took the three schools. Now you already know that all three of them, they're not paying them, right? And they say every year you're gonna get $1,000, you know, right? They're not gonna pay them much, but they probably pay them somewhere. Let's say $5,000, right? Mm-hmm. If you're a QB and you can get any of these three schools and any of the three schools can get you the national championship, help you get a Heisman and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Which one would you really go to? Because $5,000 can go a long way in Alabama. You know, it can go pretty good. You can probably buy a house, right?
Buy a house.
It'll probably go pretty good in Ohio.
Mm-hmm, of course,
you won't do that.
You can't buy a house, but you can buy some food and you can take a shorty out every now and then. You can live a good life, right? You can send some to home back to your peoples or whatever.
Right? Mm-hmm. But you can't live that life in Miami.
Of course not.
5,000.
But at the same time, you're a college student. $5,000 in Miami or in Alabama or in Ohio, it doesn't matter. If you're a college student.
The athletes themselves have an option to go where they go. It's not like the NFL draft. You're not getting drafted to go. You're going based on like, hey, if I'm getting paid the same, I'm gonna go places where one, my skill set's gonna be there. Mm-hmm. Two, my money lasts longer, right? Yeah. You know, and
but three, the lure of Miami. The lure of Miami. If Miami want them, want them, they're gonna come. The bottom line
is it's gonna hurt University of Miami.
I don't think it's gonna hurt. I think
University of Miami. The only thing that really helps Miami is because they're in Miami and they have a tradition, right? They have a tradition, but the tradition is based on people who live in Florida go to Miami.
Well, so let me ask you a question.
Because we get the top athletes here.
Yeah,
it's the reason why they do
good. Let me ask you a question, Gene.
Yeah.
Doesn't Miami, doesn't UM get people who from other states who want to go to UM?
No, not too many.
Okay.
They're recruiting. It's a recruiting.
They recruit, right? They
Yeah,
recruit.
yeah. They
Okay,
recruit.
they still recruiting is never going to stop. Recruiting is recruiting, right?
Right,
But
recruiting,
they
recruiting.
do get people who they recruit. Not everybody, but the ones that do want to come here, come
Right.
here. And the people who want to go to Ohio because they're diehard Ohio. They've been from their kids. They were told that they're going to go to Ohio.
Right.
They go to Ohio. Nothing changed. We give them a little $5,000. There's no difference because the bottom line is you're still going to say, hey, now I get $5,000 to go to school of my choice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wherever I want to go, I still get my $5,000. It's just the same way as getting a free scholarship ride to go to UM or go to wherever. I'm still gonna get.
It's a lot worse than that because even the NCAA, which is the National College Football Association, yeah, because they now passed the rule which starts next season, doesn't start the season, that these players are allowed to get sponsorships and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. People want more rules and more tightness around that because what they're afraid of is Alabama, who has these now rich alumnus who own these car dealerships, right? Mm-hmm. Like, hey, come do this commercial. Like, hey, we need this defensive back, right? But he's getting recruited by three other teams, right? Mm-hmm. We need something to offer. Like we've seen some. There's even a movie where they're showing these recruitments, but we need something to like entice them more, right? Because they've been to the facility, they've seen our national championship stuff, they see everything else. But there's this kid. We need to really convince this kid. We need to show him that hey, if he comes here, he's going to get paid like an NFL player. All you do is like, hey, you take him to one of the alumni things and be like, hey, I own a car dealership. I'll pay you. You do this commercial. I'll pay you $100,000 to come here. You just come here. You get $100,000.
But they do that now, Gene. They do that now.
They actually don't do that now. That's
they
illegal.
Do that now. They do that now, Gene.
And that's why UM got penalized for it because
it's illegal. Yes, it's illegal. Yes, it's illegal. But they still. But imagine how many players before that guy got caught did it before him. It's done now. So who cares? You understand? Right now, all I'm saying is
they're making it legal now, right?
All I'm saying is if these young players could get their mother-loving money and go to school where they want to go to, get your money, go to school you want.
There's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's like because now the players are no longer thinking like before. It's like the players like okay, I go to school that's going to really show my talent and play football. Now it's like now I can go to this school, this little small school because this booster is going to pay me $250,000 a year to come out here and play for them.
And if they play great,
and all they do is shoot these commercials.
If they play great, they could get an NFL scholarship and it's a contract, first round draft pick, same exact thing to make a couple million. Only thing different now, boosters ain't boosters no more. Now it's becoming legal boosters. Now it become marketing. Who cares? You understand? All I'm saying, I want to get these kids paid. You know what I mean? As a young urban man who if I could go back in time at this present time as a kid and see this is going on, man, I am happy because now I know that I can help so many people in my family financially. I'm not thinking about myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I get to drive a nice car on campus and I get to be the big man on campus because this booster just hooked me up with a nice little charger and I'm good to go. You know what I mean? And nobody's going to bother me about where I got that charger from because it's now legal. You know what I'm saying? So all the illegal things that are happening that we all know. I seen young kids in Miami right now driving cars. I know these cats can't afford on a regular salary. And I know they ain't selling no drugs, but they're football players. But I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing. You understand? But I know it's illegal. But guess what?
Yeah, but because I know because generally what happens is that the boosters give it to the parents take on the money, and the parents like, hey, my son needs a car. The car's under the parents' name. The parents,
they got nothing. Yeah. My mom got me the car. Hey, I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know where she got it.
I know where she got it. You know what I mean?
Because the players take a risk on too because if they get kicked out, they won't make it to the they'll have a harder time with the pros and stuff like that.
But that's the thing, right? So if you now implement this thing, everybody's good. They could get the little money, and then you make a cap on it. You say, listen, you cannot give our students over $20,000 a year on any commercial, any contract, any whatever, because anything over that, No, that's making pro money. You understand? So $20,000, you make it that. You don't have. There is ways.
And then you get other players who be like say for instance, a whole bunch of offensive linemen. We don't get the offensive line doesn't get the shot. A lot of offensive linemen don't get the shine like they're supposed to. There's tons of them out there who do awesome job. If people really watch football, watch the lines, they're the reason why these running backs and quarterbacks look great. But no one really talk about them. So what's gonna happen is like, hey, this dude made his $20,000 a year, but I couldn't make it. Let me go ahead and transfer out of here so I can go somewhere and make my $20,000. Who's gonna appreciate?
Transfer and then get out there, go make your $20,000. It's a business transaction. These
now it's all business.
Listen, these coaches,
it's all business.
These schools don't give a shit about these players, Gene. They don't. So if these kids get injured or these kids get in trouble, they throw them aside. They throw them aside like they ain't nothing. Like they nothing. So why not? Why not? Why not? If you were right now in this situation in this time, you would say, why not? Because the bottom line is, why can't I make money off of my body like these guys are making money off of my body? And right now I'm going to scholarship to get your so-called degree that's going to help me, which of course doesn't help anyone, but so-called degree that's supposed to help me, and spend 4 years of my life getting pummeled by these other kids who are hungry. You in your prime, dude, I'm not playing football with Eugene in your prime. You trying to kill me. I am good. I'm a tight end. I'm a run my ass over here fast as I can and keep moving. But what I'm saying, so all I'm saying is this: these kids put themselves out there every single day, just like the NFL players put themselves out there every single day, because these NFL players are kids. And I know the prize at the end is for you to now go from all this struggle to now all of a sudden you're making great money. I know that's the prize, and that's why everyone that's the fantasy of it. But no, not a lot of these players make it to the NFL. The NFL only takes this amount of players. So if these college students can make a little bit, it's like having a part-time job. I work 2 jobs in college. You understand? So it's just the same thing. Why they're working? Why they can't get paid for the work that they're doing? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they need $1 million contract. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they need to make $100,000 a year from commercials. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they need to make some sort of income for putting their body on the line. As a former athlete, as a former high school, I went to high school. I didn't go to college. I didn't go to college football. But as a former, I know the level of work and the level of heartache and the sweat and tears you put into this sport. You should at least be compensated something for putting your body out on the line when the stadiums that's got 120,000 people sitting in there paying freaking hundreds of dollars for your jersey, for your name on the back, for the stupid little head stuff, for the damn finger thing, for the food that costs an arm and a leg that tastes like shit. You know what I mean?
And you can't even sign autographs.
And you can't even sign an autograph because if you do, you get in trouble.
Right.
You understand? Even if you're hungry. Remember that college player that got in trouble because he sold his damn ring because he was friggin' broke as hell and starving? Come on, man. To help his daughter? Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. So I am passionate about this because I see these young kids. And most of them get tossed aside. Just like I said, like my little brother, they got tossed aside once they're done. The coach don't give a shit about them because he made $1 million. So for the 4 months that he got you, he gonna work you to death. He gonna try to get a trophy out of your ass. If you get a trophy for the 4 years out of you, great. If not, on to the next.
Right.
On to next. And then you're sitting there wandering around the world trying to figure out what the hell you're gonna do with a sociology degree. And you don't know shit about sociology. So all I'm saying, if you're not going to give these kids a proper education, then pay them for their friggin' time.
Right.
That's it. Get them a new car.
Yeah.
Let them go enjoy life. They're young.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Oh, man.
This is all.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, we spent some deep time in that.
Man, because it's like it's passion about on that topic because you love sports. You know what I'm saying? But I want to anyway. Say off of that.
Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. It's still about protecting the body. Saying that. Well, WTF. That's our next topic.
Yeah, WTF.
Yeah. So Cardi B and Meg Stallion.
Megan the Stallion. I got to do the introduction for this one. I know if they block me, Gene. Do not judge me, Gene.
Oh, they don't block you, please. All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
Woo! Listen, that beat alone is sick. I'm not gonna lie to you. That beat is sick. That beat is sick. Listen, YouTube not gonna really block you unless you tell them that copyright, whatever case maybe. YouTube don't block.
No, they don't block.
They're gonna block them.
You know why they gonna block? Because that song is killing it.
Killing it right now.
They're expecting it's the highest watch 2020, which is kind of actually big because everyone's been home. So any videos or anything came out, people had time to
watch it. They're sitting at home bored. People bored. They're like, man, I can't go out here. Oh, let me see what's this about. You know what I mean?
And this came out a while ago, and we actually did another podcast, and it was exploding. They're still talking about it today.
Oh man. Listen. So I know that. Okay, so what do you think about the video? Before I go off my long rant, what do you think about this?
Me personally, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute. I watched it a few times. My wife, I introduced my wife to the video. She heard about the song, and
Gene introduced me to the video.
Yeah, she's Kirk for the video. I introduced a few people to the video, and the song itself.
Did you watch WAP? I was like, what the hell are you talking about, Gene? He's like, you ain't seen WAP? I was like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, wet ass pussy. I was like, wet ass. I said, what? Excuse me?
It was funny too because my wife asked me what WAP stood for after she saw the video because the video was a clean version of the video, so they said another word for it. I said gushy for it instead.
Yeah.
So I was like, I told her. She's like, oh, it caught her off guard.
That's the same thing with my girl. She's like, huh? What did you just say to me? I was like, no, I'm not saying no, it's not you. I was just saying the video says WAP. She's like, okay.
I actually heard from somewhere. I know it's bullshit, but I actually heard from somewhere like it doesn't stand for that. It stands for women aren't property. I'm like, okay, that's a good thing.
Good comeback. But that's not what it says in the song, so I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah. It's like I actually heard the song before watching the video. I heard the song. I heard the original lyrics of the song. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Then I found out it was a video coming out for him. Like, ooh,
they had to do it. They had to do it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what do you? Okay. As a father, right? I'm a father of girls.
Two girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your outlook in the sense of what everyone is saying regarding what this is doing for the ladies? Like, what do you? Because I enjoyed the video. You enjoyed the video. As a man, we could sit here and we could say, "Yo, I enjoyed that video." You know what I mean? Right. But as a father, I'm not a father, but you are. What do you say?
All right. I'm a father. I have two young girls. So they're young, and actually one of them is getting older, and I know her friends are going to talk about this video because she's old enough now. Her friends or their parents gonna let them, or their parents probably won't know they're watching the video. But their friend, right? They're on YouTube. Yeah, and my oldest daughter has her own phone. She's old enough to have her own phone. Oh, she had a phone for a minute now. She's more mature than most kids. See, like we try not to curse in our house, but we let our kids understand, like, hey, there's bad words. Like we watch movies, we listen to music. Some of the music has curse words. Yes, but we try to limit it mainly because we're trying to teach our kids that, hey, there's bad curse words. There's bad visuals and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that you should say it and do it, because I call my wife a sailor, and to be told, we try to do the swear. I've been trying to push her to like, hey, let's do a swear jar. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to do it, but she's afraid to go broke. So my kids know of bad words. They know of bad imagery. They know, and truth be told, anything I see in this video is not like, Oh, and I really don't want my kids to see it. If I walk in my living room and my wife is watching it on the big screen in the living room with my kids in there, it doesn't mean a big deal to me. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if it's just my background from the Caribbean. We've seen a lot worse.
Of course. I mean, let's be real.
Like you know, yeah, that's not just that. Like even being raised here, like pop that pussy. Was one of the biggest songs out.
You know what I mean? Pop that pussy.
Kaya, my neck, my back. Like,
oh yeah, oh man, that was
come on.
You know what I mean? Like, my neck, my back. Yeah, listen. Like Vanity, man, I'm gonna take you back. Vanity 6, Nasty Girl. Oh, come on. That is my favorite. If you know anything about Chef Kirk loved. Listen, when I'm cooking food, if you want on my headphones, that's what I'm listening to. I'm not listening to nothing else. I'm cooking your food, listening to Tonight, Living in a Fantasy. That's what I'm listening to. Rocking. I play that thing like on repeat, like this. You know why? Because if I can have Vanity 6 right now, that's my dream girl. I mean, my dream girl is a woman, but I'm just saying, like Vanity 6. You know, we all got celebrity crush. That's mine. Okay, that's good. Let me not get
but to continue on real quick, I'll get kind of more straight to the point. I believe, like, I don't have to worry about it for my girls because one, their mother doesn't act like that, and so generally, kids repeat what they see and do from their parents. I do expect my kids to curse a little more when they get older, but they'll curse at a certain point that they know there's certain words that shouldn't go. And it'll be more of a out of anger. And then I'm a big component of teaching my kids to control their emotions. Yeah. Because every time they get upset and mad, I'm like, hey, calm down, take a deep breath, learn to. And I especially my oldest, I keep telling them over and over, control your emotions, because you don't want to make the wrong mistakes. I think the biggest issue with my biggest thing teaching my kids is how to make the correct decisions. Right? Try your best to make the correct decisions. And I let my kids know, like, your emotions will make you make bad decisions
all day.
So my big thing is, like, calm down, control your emotions, look at your options, and that way you make the best decisions. So I don't expect this video to get my girls to be dancing on a pole. And I don't think this video is going to make them some kind of prostitute or anything like that. My kids don't even look up to Carly B. They're not even that type of, or even Megan Stallion. I could see where this can be an issue for some, but I think those are where the parents are not, like, one, it's not a 2-parent household, or the parents are pretty much in this life. You know, so they're gonna do what they, like I said, they're gonna do. Your kid's gonna do what the parents are doing.
That's correct. And
that's what it's gonna be. I'm not gonna go out and just, like, show my kids this video, but I do know eventually
they will see it.
They will see it. And, you know,
and as you know, girls that are raised, like you said, with both parents who understand and tell them about life, then they'll be like, oh, whatever, man, it's just a video. Right. You understand?
Because especially my oldest daughter, like, now we're going more and more into, like, hey, this is life. Yeah. You know, and she's going to a grade now, and we're both, like, my wife is having more of a conversation, but I'm still having, like, a slight conversation about boys with her and stuff like that. And things like that. And it's just one of those things that
boys are disgusting creatures.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm leading to. It's like, and you know, and I tell her, you know, these. Yeah. I tell her, you know, to make sure, like, yeah, you don't want to do a boy still.
You don't want that. They're nasty. Look at him. I mean, look at him picking his nose. What he's doing? I mean, who does that?
I'm like, and make it so bad. This is virtuous. Like, make it bad. Give him a second. He's gonna eat that burger.
I told you. Disgusting.
You know, so it's just one of those things that, at least for my daughters, both of us are in their lives, and you know, we're strongly in their lives. We're really in their lives, and then, you know, we just don't have. We're just not acting out that way. So it'll be different if their mom was a stripper, and that's her day job. you know,
Then
and
yeah.
then like this video won't mean nothing to them anyways because they
Yeah, because
see
they'd be like, mom's came home in her thong every day anyway, and she's on the
yeah,
pole
and she's
practicing.
in pole, yeah,
So,
she's
yeah.
practicing at home with pole doing tricks and
So their mindset is
stashing
already
money.
made up for that.
Like
Yeah.
truth be told, you can't really hide too much from your kids. I
No, you
learned
can't.
that, especially my daughters, both of them, they're very nosy. And every time
Yeah.
we have an adult conversations, they come in, they sit in the living room, they want to hear about it. We're having conversations
Yeah.
about buying a house.
Yeah.
They're coming in, they're sitting
Yeah.
down, they're pretending they're doing something, but they're really paying
They're
attention.
really
I
paying
know,
attention. Yeah.
yeah, and next thing they'll just stop dropping things like, "Hey, I want my own sink in the bathroom."
Yeah.
What the
You're
hell?
like, aren't you reading your thing?
You know, they'll you know, they get real comfortable and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So you can't really hide too much from your kids, you
Yeah.
know. And so I take that to like, you know, whatever you do, your kid's gonna do. So
Yeah.
my kids see me working hard, taking care of the family and stuff like that. And that's the type of stuff I kind of want to, you know, instill in my kids. So
Yeah.
I try to exercise to show my kids like, hey, yeah, exercise is good too because it's
Yeah.
something I know I need to do more, but I want to make sure my kids understand like, hey, you should probably exercise on the regular.
Yeah.
But you know, none of this stuff isn't going to change anything. Things are people who complain about this, they don't remember the past clearly, and they just don't know how worse it'll get in the future. Like, hey, this is basically pornography. Like, no, it was a lot worse before.
No,
It was a lot worse
exactly. It must
before.
work.
But
Matter of
I
fact,
didn't see no clicks. I
see nothing that was
so,
was warranted. Like, I'm like, okay, she had on, okay, that
tight outfit.
and
You see a booby, but you didn't see no nipple. So
exactly, and the boob in Janet Jackson did that.
Janet Jackson, like,
And
come
I saw
on.
more nipples on Janet Jackson, and you know what I mean.
And that was live on TV.
Exactly. So those people who have never been to any Caribbean party, period, you need to go when this thing done, COVID done. Just go to the Caribbean. Doesn't matter which one, and just go to their party. Doesn't matter which one, and you will see worse than you see on that.
A lot worse.
You'd be like, this is better than the strip club because it is. You know what I mean? Like, listen, no, but you know, I was thinking about it because I mean, I'm hearing people complaining about it, and I'm like, man, I don't have children, but I'm like, I do have nieces, and I have friends who have kids, and I'm like, well, hold on, I was a child once. Come on, all the songs that we listened to, even Salt and Pep, Push It. I mean, that song was all sexual. We were singing it as kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that was all sexual. Once I got older, I was like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. You had Little Kim. We had Little Kim all day in our era. Come on. You can't get more ratchet than
They did bash
Little
Kim, though. They did bash Little Kim a lot.
They did. They did. She had it.
I remember that.
She had it harder than most rappers. She and Foxy Brown had it really hard because, again, they were the first one truly to push that. And Trina. And Trina as well too, to push that barrier really to the edge where it's at right now. And now we're in a direct culture, right? So nothing has changed more than that we're in a direct culture. Instead of us saying, push it real good to, you know, where is that? Oh, we don't know what that means. To now we're just saying, yo, let me smash it because that's where we are. You understand?
Right.
It's just the verbiage and the way that we talk are direct now. You understand? There is no more filter, no more prettiness. There's just like, dude, the world is just trying to get as on raw as possible as can. You know what I'm saying? It's just want to say, yo, man, fuck it, man. If that's what I want to say, that's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say, well, let's make pancakes. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that no more. I want to say what is on my mind. And I think that's what a lot of people are afraid of. And they're like, oh my God, our girls are going to be, no, if my sister who used to listen to these songs back in the days isn't the hoe, then yeah. And if my mom isn't a hoe, or no the woman that around me that listen to all these other songs that are a hoe, then I don't see why this song in particular is going to all of a sudden turn the entire world of women that I love into hoes.
I don't know. Hey, it's a lot of people are just being prude, and you know, I think a lot of it's just bullshit. People
want conversation. They want convo. They need to join the convo and have a real convo and stop bull crapping. That's what they need to do.
You know, they enjoyed it. They don't want to say they enjoyed it, so they gotta, you know, beat down on it or
exactly, dude. They watch it like 30 times. The reason why it's 2 point something million views in one day is because they watched it over and over.
And it's the people who constantly bashing it keep watching it.
Keep watching. Oh, this is trash. Oh man, damn! Let me tell you, that's just trash. Oh my god.
Right.
Hey, we're here. None. Just watching some news. Yeah. But,
all right, let's get to the last topic.
Oh man.
Okay, we have the win of the week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the win of the week.
Mm-hmm.
It's Joe Biden picking his VP. Truth is not a big surprise for me, but it's was it Kamala Harris?
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Senator of California, former prosecutor of California.
Mm-hmm.
So, truth be told, it's not a surprise. I knew it was gonna be a black woman. I really thought it was gonna be between her and I forgot her name, but the lady in Georgia.
Oh yeah,
who was running. I think was running for governor and lost. So I thought it was between them two. I think he had to make a choice. I know there was like a white woman at one point, but she's bowed out herself and told,
she's like,
hey, you need to get a black person if you're trying to win this.
Yeah,
pretty much a black woman if you're trying to win this. And the funny thing is that Republican Party and Fox News don't know what to say. They're confused because they bash her and then praise her at the same time.
Yeah, because
you like she's hard on crime, but Republicans want things to be hard on crime.
Exactly.
So she let people free, and then it's like, yeah, but you want to let them free.
Exactly.
So it's really confusing, and there's not really much to bash on her about. So I think it was just a win for Biden. I think because Biden chose either or. I think it's because if I vote for Biden, it's because of the VP more than anything else. Because I still don't like Biden. I
don't like Biden, and Kamala Harris. I mean, I as a black person, every black person is, oh my God, you're supposed to just vote blindly because she's black, and I hate that. And don't tell me to vote blindly because someone is a complexion minority. If their politics and if their morals is not up to my standard, what I think is my standard, not no one else, my standards, then I'm not going to vote for a person just because they look like me. Just because they look like me, don't mean they got the same beliefs as I am. You understand?
Right.
And what I've seen with her politics in California, from the marijuana laws that she locked up people for to just misdemeanor.
See, that's a misinterpretation that she didn't lock up people for marijuana laws. She did her job, which California at one point had strict marijuana laws.
That's correct.
But she helped those people too. She let a lot of people go with who've been brought up. It's like, hey, she let. It's like, as a prosecutor, you have the option. Do you really want to charge these people? Right? She let a lot more people go. They're like, hey, this is petty drug. Like, this is not much of nothing. Okay. Yeah, she did lock up a lot for marijuana, but you're talking about these people have a key on them. Yeah, more.
I mean, it's a key. It's key.
Well, it's a key. It's nothing. Yeah,
it's nothing. Who doesn't have a key on them at all time? Who doesn't have a key on them all the time? I got a key on me right now. I'm just playing. I got no key on me.
You have more than a pound on you. At the time you get arrested, you should. You should get some trouble.
It's not distribution unless I'm distributing it. I'm just holding it for a friend.
Ounces is
I'm just saying, Gene. Maybe I'm holding it for a friend. Maybe I would just walking by and a guy say, "Hey, can you hold my key for me?" I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm just gonna hold your key right here." Okay, cool. I'm gonna give you $20 to hold my key. Okay, I'm holding your key. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that it's my key. You understand? Anyways, but I'm just saying, like, with our policy, again, because Joe Biden, to me, I hate that. I don't like him. I don't hate him, but I don't like him. I don't like the simple fact of the law. When I watched his 94 crime bill, and I watched how he delivered that with such disdain for minorities, because that's who he was talking to, and no one can tell me any difference of how he was delivering that thing, and how he was just saying how they gonna come in there and they gonna rape and kill the white, my grandmother, my wife, all this bullshit to get this bill passed. And for that bill to be affect a lot of black people in America, it just made me really truthfully dislike him. And then Miss Harris, what I mean? Like, yeah, she was doing her job, and I can't be mad because she's doing her job, but I can't be mad because at the same time, she did her job too well. She could have looked the other way. I'm just playing, Miss Harris. Don't look the other way. I'm just saying. Don't look that. Do your job. I want you to do your job. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just look at it like, okay, there was a lot of people that did go to prison, and yeah, she did let a lot of people go. But at the same time, if we all smoke ganja, and we all smoke ganja, yo, seriously, that's not a crime, man. If somebody kills somebody, different story. Lock them up. I don't care about that. You know what I mean? If somebody is selling guns, lock them up. That's different. But we're talking about some sweet ganja. Just a key of sweet. See, the thing is, I'm Jamaican, I'm biased. Sweet ganja, Gene. Sweet ganja. Y'all telling me, say you're gonna lock the man up for some sweet ganja? Ganja that can cure cancer? Ganja that can help old people with their cataract? You know what I mean? Ganja that help cancer patient when they feeling stress? Sweet ganja. You don't give brothers nothing. I don't care if they get them sentenced, right? But I'm talking about long sentences, harsh sentences. I'm talking about 20 years, 30 years of their life. Come on, that's crazy for something that's really, truthfully, ganja is what? Medicinal? It gets you high, yes, but it doesn't cause. You never heard someone smoke massive weed and then go on a shooting spree,
right?
Never once. I don't care what you want to do in the history of anything. I never once heard a mother lover sit back and say, yo, we're going to murder everybody. No, it's more like, man, I'm freaking high as a mother lover. Yo, you got any more food? I mean, that's what got you do. You're driving 2 miles an hour down the street because you think you're speeding. Oh, man, I'm going so fast, bro. Yo, slow it down. You understand? To go to McDonald's to get some food, late night run. I'm telling on myself, but I'm just saying back in the days, I'm not talking about now. I don't do those type of things. I'm a grown man now. But you know what I mean? Back in the days, so me, when you hear these harsh sentences that was given out, that's what I'm talking about. These are harsh sentences. And yes, she did it because she was doing her job. And I can't be mad at someone for doing their job. But I can still be mad at a person for being a hypocrite, because if you did smoke, then you should at least have some kind of heart to say.
Yeah, but see what it is that I don't think she hurt. I think she did let people go, right? I think the ones she did hurt with the charge them. Like if you have more than an ounce, more than a pound, more than a QP, which is quarter pound, right? Mm-hmm. You're selling. You might be having, you might have a stash just for yourself, because but truth be told,
leadership,
unless you smoke a lot of weed.
You can't prove it, Gene. You cannot prove it, Gene. You cannot prove it. I could just
but it's a law, right? It's illegal. Point blank and simple. It's illegal.
Maybe I'm a person that like to walk around with keys.
I just like walking around with keys.
Whether it be a key of marijuana or my regular keys that I like to carry, Gene. So I find that to be biased.
See, but you can't have them both,
I know. I'm just talking.
You can't
at that point. But again, like I said, I still, like I said, with Biden, I don't like that guy for many reasons. With Miss Harris, I can deal with her, but at the same time, she's just a vice. We still got. Right. He's going to be the president, and you can't tell me, he run with Barack or whatever, but certain things he says, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. What?
Yeah, but it's certain things. Yeah, he clearly says it sounds stupid, but there are certain aspects of this that like Kamala Harris doing the whole debate, put his ass on blast. Like, hey, you're the reason for the crime bill. You're the reason for the crime bill. Yes, the crime bill did have some good things.
That she
and the Republicans when they took over, they start removing things and just left the bad things.
Of course.
So the crime bill was left with just the bad stuff now.
Just all the stuff, you know what I mean?
all the bad stuff and all the good stuff got removed. But that's with any new new thing that gets passed on. Truth be told, they'll generally just leave with a whole bunch of bad stuff. But I think Kamala will keep him in check at least, right? And truth be told, for all we know, he's only going to be there for a year. This dude seems out of mind, out of sight. He might just go ahead and pass things on to Kamala because George Bush, second term, George Bush Jr. Second term was all his VP.
His VP. What's his name again?
Cheney.
Cheney.
Yeah.
Cheney did run things for a while.
Yeah, he ran. Actually, I kind of think he ran things both terms.
Yeah. To be honest with you, he did because Bush was just man and partying and drinking beers, bro. To this day, my man is still that way. That's like I can fuck with him. I fucks with Bush. I fucks with him hard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And because you clearly tell that Bush didn't like. I think he kind of got fed up. Like, you know what? I don't want to run this country. I don't want to be in and out in all these meetings. I just want to chill.
He's like, I want to party and just go around and go look at girls on volleyball courts, and you know what I mean. I want to live life, bro. Life, bro. He was happy to leave that office. He was. I think he's the happy. That's why he still looks so young. I think he was the happiest president ever. Understand? The man ain't getting no gray hair. The man ain't getting nothing in office.
This is the same dude who had a duck because he went to what was it? Somewhere in the Middle East and got a shoe got thrown at his ass.
Yeah,
you know, so he was still limber enough. So man,
dude was like, oh shit! It's like, you can't get me, player.
You think he ran the country? You think he ran the country for real? He would not get hit by that shoe.
Yeah, exactly. He would have got knocked out. Oh man, I'm stressing right now.
He seen that shit coming. He's like, oh, I'm out of here.
Look at Barack. Barack in his first 4 years, turned gray like this.
Right.
That's a man that was stressing out. Second year, the man was. Oh, listen, as soon as Barack got in office, that dude dropped like 20 years off himself.
But this is not my problem.
No, it's not my problem. I'm good.
Like, I'm out.
You know what I mean? I'm telling
good luck, sucker.
Good luck, sucker. Oh, you want it? Take it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I give a shit. Whatever. I'm going to go on a yacht. I'll be back. Barack is out, bitches.
Yeah, man. He's definitely out, man. He didn't care. It's hard, you know. It's hard, but
when you really care, it's hard. When you don't give two shits, or when you don't give two shits, like like Orange Man. Orange Man don't give two shits. Orange Man just like to win by any means necessary. Orange Man like to win. You know what I mean? Even if Orange Man, to be truthful, if he ain't a racist, he has to be a racist to win because that's who's supporting him. That's who's backing him. And can you be mad? I can't be mad at Orange Man. At least he know who he is. But but then again, I don't know.
He's a competitor.
Yeah.
You know, he that's one thing. He is a competitor.
He's a competitor.
But my thing is though, it's like I always believe to choose the lesser evil, right? Because when it was Trump and Hillary, like I know Hillary is dirty. Like I do know she's dirty. Like if people don't know what happened in Haiti, like that Clinton Foundation. Like, dude, Haiti should have been well off better than after that earthquake. I mean, that Clinton Foundation sucked the fuck out that money, and I believe Wyclef got dragged along with it with his was it Pele Yele whatever?
Yeah.
And they left them with nothing but a dirty shoe to hold when everything was said and done. He looked like scapegoat. Yeah, he was a scapegoat. Pretty much became a scapegoat.
Yeah, and it was totally fucked up, but he was a scapegoat.
And he couldn't do nothing, and he knew he couldn't do nothing about it. You know, which kind of sucks. You know, like, hey, dude, maybe next time you know better.
Even though I know that she wasn't that
it's the Clintons, it's not just her.
Yeah,
too.
It's not her, it's the Clinton. So I think that if America would have gave her a shot to really be president, be herself, I think she would have handled everything different than how Orange faced it. And
I think COVID wouldn't be where it is now. No. We probably would have been in a much better situation.
Much better financially, everything.
Just don't know.
We just don't know. But
we don't know maybe the economy would have tanked.
Oh
And
yeah.
then we did the COVID. Yes, she would have handled the COVID better because we have the people in place. But we still have a shitload of people still not working.
Yeah, right now.
Or like right now.
Like right now. You know what I mean?
You know?
And again, like I said, like I think that, if we have gave her a shot to be herself, right? And that's why she talked about the other day. She's like, everyone put a stigma on me, you know what I mean, for my husband and for all my stuff and whatever. So I wasn't able to be me because no one wanted. Everyone automatically just assumed that I am this, and this, and it's okay. Right. It's understandable because when your name is attached to something, unfortunately,
when it gets dragged, it comes down with it.
Like another Bush going to office, no one would ever vote for another Bush. You know what I mean? No. Just because of what happened. You understand? No. Another Barack, hell yeah. People will be like, oh, I'm there. You know what I mean? But a Bush is going to take a long while before people say, let me think about it. You know what I mean? Like Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush wasn't going to win shit. You know what I mean?
He had a chance. He was governor of Florida, but even though did he even win it the first time?
Nope.
I think he lost.
Time.
Yeah. I think he lost, and then the person who was governor stepped out, and then he ended up being governor. And then he ran again, and automatically, pretty much, since he had his foothold, he got elected. So I think that's what happened. Yeah, but Jeb was a different Bush. He wasn't like his father or brother.
No,
he fell into what Hillary's talking about. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, let me be me, and so you guys can understand. And truth be told, he when he ran for president, everyone thought he would have won until Trump came in the picture. People thought it would be between Jeb and what's his name?
Romney?
The guy.
Romney?
Mitt Romney didn't run.
Oh, he did. He didn't run. I thought he ran with Trump. Didn't he run with Trump and then dropped out early?
Yeah, he dropped out early.
He dropped out early. He did run.
Yeah,
he dropped out early.
When you drop off early, you're just there to gain some money. I think Mitt Romney spent a lot of money when he went against Barack Obama because he was.
Oh, he did, man.
Crazy.
He went toe to toe for a while.
He went toe to toe, and he spent a lot of money. I think that kind of hurt him to run. I think he ran that second time to kind of recoup some of that money he lost. But he dropped out really way too early because the way he dropped out, I think making so bad, it might have not been his choice because the same thing with the Democratic Party happens to the Republican Party is that the party heads be like, hey, we're gonna go with Jeb this term because whoever's Jeb can probably be like Hillary. If he can't, it's not a big deal, right? So, but the problem is that they were surprised that Trump won it. Everyone was surprised that Trump won. It's like, oh,
that crazy man.
Well, he's gonna go against Hillary. We're gonna support him. He's gonna go against Hillary. Whatever. Yeah. He'll lose it there, but it make it'll make it easy. But and then again, there was big infighting at the time because we had the Tea Party still was around and stuff like that. But when Trump won and beat Hillary by 2%.
It wasn't big margins at all.
By 2, that was crazy. And I learned recently, just a side note, Kanye West has a 2% lead. He has 2% of the votes from black people.
2% of the vote from black people?
Yeah. So this tells me right now, like someone must talk to Kanye West and tell him, get the fuck out the race. Stop fucking around. Like, I know this is primaries, but when it comes to general election, you better not.
You better sit your ass home.
Yes. Tell people don't even write you in. Go and support one of these people.
Listen, Kanye.
I don't care. You turn around and tell people to vote for Trump. Go support one of these people.
Kanye ego is not allowed.
Go around.
Have you met Kanye?
Not in person.
But have you met Kanye? Bottom line. Not in person, care about person, because we haven't met Kanye in person yet. But what I'm saying is, have you met Kanye? From Kanye music, Kanye do not back down from nothing. He is going to go through with this thing all the way through because he's Kanye West. Understand?
No, they go ahead and put that man in a straitjacket until after the election.
God dude.
Yeah, man.
Listen, he's spicing it up. You know what I mean? Add a little flavor to it. You know what I mean? Right now, we got is salt and pepper. Everybody want no salt and pepper. We want some freaking. We want
Salt,
some.
pepper.
You know
It's salt and salt or
salt
fiber.
is thank you. Salt is
It's all
salt. You know what I
fiber.
mean? And they put a little bit of little coriander in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like okay, like she's
You know,
like poor
salt,
Camilla.
fiber, and a
Poor
little
Camilla.
bit.
Don't worry, Camilla. We got your back.
Slam.
Camilla, I'm gonna mess with you. I gotta come at you because the bottom line is I want to make sure that you stand for us people, for the black and brown people when you're in office. That's what I want. I don't want you to sit there.
You brought the black and brown. You think the black and brown people should create their own political party?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I do. And the reason why I feel that way is because Republican ain't for us, Democrats ain't for us. They have never been for us. They're never in American history done anything for black people.
No matter how much they was about a third party. A third party. Well,
yeah, third party.
We do have a third party. It's the independent party.
Yeah, but that's not us. Party. That's not us again. That's still not us.
It was an independent party. It's a class party. Truth be told, it's for the rich.
Okay, exactly. That's not for us.
And then there's a libertarian. Yeah, libertarian.
Not for us.
Fourth party, and that's not for us. Actually, that could be for us because libertarians, they're all about tiny government, like tiny government.
Well, we need.
If you don't want the government to be involved with nothing with us, and we pay a lot less taxes. Like all the government do is deal with stuff that has to deal with outside the country. Everything inside the country, we handle on our own. The government, truth be told, like, hey, do we need to go to war with these people? All right, let's get some soldiers and go to war. Okay. You know, it's more that type of stuff. That's libertarian. That could be, but then again, like all the color people who are depending on Social Security and who depending on welfare and stuff like that, all that will be gone. Yeah, because we have to take care. We pretty much will have to take care of ourselves.
Our own architect. Okay, and it's perfectly fine. So, but I'm not saying going to libertarian. I'm not. No, I'm saying that we need our own parties. We need to sit down. We need to create a plan that's going to benefit all of us. If a black people is a $1 trillion spending habit in America, and we only 15% of the population, or 12%. Excuse me, I'm giving a lot. 12% of the population. You understand? If we have $1 trillion spending, we can open, Gene. We can have our own parties for our own brown. This black people. I'm not talking about brown people. With brown people and black people, we probably make up say 20% of the population, right? So together, so 20% of the population, and black people alone spend $1 trillion. Brown people spend probably another 1 billion, and then so forth. That money that we're spending on clothes, on jewelry, on toys, on all this bull crap. Imagine what that money can do to build up a society that no longer truthfully needs welfare anymore, because we're taking that money and we're putting that money to work. You understand? Right. We're making that work. We have lobbyists lobbying for our benefits so you can get home. You know what I'm saying, Gene? Stuff like that. So I truthfully believe in it. And I think that's how we're going to end this topic and this convo for the night. If you're down with the new party, tell me a name.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about creating another party. It just seemed it's hard for us within our own to agree on stuff. Mm-hmm. Like if you even break down, like, the black people have issues with other black people, right? And different
white people have issues with other white people. What do you say?
But what are we saying? Yeah, but the issues are class and still race within black people. Like we don't see eye to eye on a few things.
That's correct.
As a black person who works hard and busts his ass, I really like they passed the bill for more unemployment, which at this point in time makes goddamn good sense because people can't work.
That's correct.
What's going on? But then again, when this thing's over, I'm hoping that they really put a halt to this. Like, all right, some people get their ass and get back to work, go look for a job. I'm more afraid of people getting so comfortable and they live below their means. They get so used to living below their means. Like, hey, this government check that's coming in, this is all I need. Fuck going
Like,
back to work.
listen. Have you ever filed? Okay, in the state of Florida, have you ever filed for unemployment before?
Yes, I have. I know it's
Okay.
next to shit,
Have you ever? Have you ever? Okay.
but it's a
You
that's the
you
state
see
of
you see.
Florida,
Hold on. But you see how shitty it is, right? Back
right?
then when you file, right?
Right.
Have you the news right now with over
But
3 million?
to be
Hold on,
told,
Gene. With over three
go ahead.
million with 3 million Floridians in the system right now trying to file for unemployment.
Right.
Gene, do you know that about half of those people haven't got paid any wages yet? Most of these
Oh,
people are most of these people, Gene, are right now about to be homeless because God for thank God that they're passing new bills about not evicting these people. You understand? So
right.
trust me, these people don't want to sit at home, especially if you like yourself. You've been working hard all of your life. You think you want to sit at home and collect 275, 240, 250? That ain't shit. In Florida, you can't buy shit with that. What can you buy for
Hold on.
275?
They have to get a little bit more than 275 now
So,
because doesn't the
Gene,
government add more to it? Like
are
the
are
whole
you
plan,
okay? The $600 that they're supposed to be
right?
getting from the federal side of things,
Right.
that comes sporadically to some of these people. So, you know
So
what I mean?
not
Like,
all of them get it.
not all of them are getting it right away. You understand?
Oh, get
So
in right away, or they're just not qualified for it.
they're okay. Everybody's qualified for it. All right. Everybody's
Okay.
qualified for unemployment for that $600. All right. But it
Okay.
stopped right now. Right now it's on freeze until they decide what they're going to give us for 200 or 600 or whatever. Understand? What I'm saying is this: most of these people, for whatever reason, the system down in Florida doesn't work well. So most of these people haven't received that $600 or that 275. So they're at home right now, like, yo, my car is about to get repo. My house is about to, you know what I mean? That's how it's been going. And it's not just Florida. I'm not only talking about Florida because we're down here, but I'm talking about
right.
the state. You understand? The rest of the country.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's not that's not happening in the rest of the country, but that it is happening in some of the states.
In
Because
some of the states, you know what I mean?
I know Florida and Georgia, they have bad, mostly because the governors are Trump supporting governors, and they're not gonna even they don't even want to talk about updating the system itself.
Why?
They don't even want to talk about. People are telling like, hey, we need a new platform to handle this. We need a better way so that we can disperse this money. They're like, no. It's straight up no. If you bring it up again, I'll fire you. Type of deal.
Exactly. Why? Why would I want to change something that is broken perfectly? It's broken perfectly.
It's broken perfectly because if we do give this money out, it's gonna break the state.
It's gonna break the state. Now the state got to pay out all this money, dude. They're gonna hold on to your funds, so therefore they could go ahead and make sure that they have funds in the system for other things.
Yeah, for other things. I get that. I get that point right there. It's dirty. It's very dirty.
It's dirty, but it's how it's played.
Yeah, you can't do much of anything about that. But
all right,
I really I truth be told don't think creating a party, which is mainly around black. Okay, maybe a party, but maybe a constituent of black and brown people, so that way, hey, if you want the black and brown, you want the majority of the black and brown votes, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta meet our demands.
You have to pretty much meet our demands, right? It's like, hey, we want better healthcare, we want better unemployment, or
better school systems.
Man, forget it. We want better for our neighborhoods.
Food. We need better jobs. We need freaking better housing system. We need those things. Projects are outdated and antiquated. We need to get rid of projects. We need to have homes. We need to have these people feel like they're not animals anymore, living in freaking cages. That's what we need. We need systems, better systems, system for us, man. That's what we need.
We need more of like an advocacy where, like, hey, we'll have these top name people talk to all the brown and black people in our communities, and if their constituents say, hey, we like what this guy's saying, they will spread the word like, hey, we all voting for this person. We're all voting for that person.
That's correct.
We're voting for these judges. We're voting for this person. So that way now you have to. It's just like, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like the Jewish community. These people. It's not just even the Jew, Latin community down here in South Florida. They're actually hitting up like places like in Hialeah and Coral Gables and all these other places. They're doing these little micro rally. They're doing these like micro rallies or even these dinner parties.
Yeah.
Those dinner parties, one, to raise funds, and two, go in front of these people who help get the word out in the community. Right. Mm-hmm. So they go there, they talk to these people, which I believe is happening now. Like they must go to like Opalaka and stuff like that, mm-hmm. and talk to these people who are in the Black community. They talk to the pastors and stuff like that. Like I guarantee you, if they know like, hey, I can win this majority of Black people, they're not trying to win 100% of the Black people or people of color.
Percentage.
All they know, like, hey, if you can get 5% of color people or even Black people, you win the state. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all you need.
That's it. Because the rest of the state is going to be red. You know what I mean? So
that's all that really matters. Because it doesn't matter if 95% of the color people don't like you. All you need is 5 of them.
If the 5% of them, you're good. And you're good to go. But that's the reason why we need a coalition, or we need our own party to make sure that we control every single vote that go out. You understand? We control.
I get that.
Control the voice of our narrative, because right now we don't control any narrative. All we're doing is sitting back and hoping and looking at the big election and think that's what solved the problem locally. That's not solve the problem locally. We got to get local officials that stand for our points and our views. Right. And that's how we end the convo with that, Gene.
Yeah.
That's how we end.
Well, thanks, guys, for joining us. Once again, Chef Kurt, Jeezy the Builder.
Jeezy the Builder.
Yeah, we're done. This has been going well over. We'll catch you.
Yeah, we catch you on Saturday.
Saturday.
No, all right, people. Let them go with my favorite track.
Don't you believe in mystery? Don't you want to play my game? I'm looking for to love me.
All right, we're out.